This is a chemist guide for Schedule 1. I'm going to show you how to use the chemists in this game. So first off, to hire them, you have to go over to the warehouse. I can show that at the end of the video because I assume you already know that. You unlock that like pretty early on in the game, the ability to get employees. So what you'll need is you'll need a bed, okay? And then once you have a bed, after you buy your first employee, you'll have this clipboard on at the bottom, number 9. And you go up to them and you can pick their bed. You click this button. And then you go in and you find whatever bed. In my case, that was not the bed I was supposed to be using, but you would normally go to them and click on the bed and assign them to the bed. After you've assigned them to a bed, you'll have to put money in their briefcase. It's $300 per day in order to have a chemist. After that, you're good to go. Each day, they will consume that money from there. So if you want to not deal with it, you want to put more money in there so you don't have to do it every single day. Then what you do is you go to the chemist, you have a clipboard. Okay, you can manage him. When you hold the clipboard out, you can have a button E, manage. And so really a chemist only does one thing. You just assign him to stations. And so there are a few stations he can use. He can use mixers. This is an MK2 if you haven't seen it before, MK2 mixer. And then he can use the chemistry station, and he can use the lab oven. He can also use a cauldron, which you'll get later on, but that's all going to follow the same system here. So what you'll do is you'll pick him, and if he has an available station, then you'll be able to click this and go to one of these stations like this one, and then click on it. Okay, so now we'll have him assigned to a chemistry station. So what'll happen here is what you'll do is, like for the chemistry station, for example, you have the clipboard out, and it says without anything about him, it just has manage chemistry station. So there's two things here for chemistry station specifically, which is a recipe, which I don't know, all you can ever make is meth, so I don't know why they even have that for the chemistry station, to be honest. And then the destination. Now, this is really important because you don't need a handler or anything for this part. When a product is done at a place where the chemist works, the chemist will move the item wherever this goes. So say we want to put it on the shelf here. We'll click like that, okay? So we go over here and we, I'll do it again. So we click on the none, and then we click where we want it to go. But it doesn't have to be here. Like the chemistry station could go, and you ideally want to go, to the lab oven. So that way, when he's done, he'll take it to the lab oven. Now, if you're specifically doing a meth enterprise in this game, and you have a lot of handler, you have extra handler routes, you could actually have them go to a shelf, and then have a handler take it from the shelf to the lab oven. But I don't know why you'd want to do that normally, because the meth takes 8 hours, and the lab oven takes 5, at least right now on launch. Anyway, so over at the lab oven, you'll have the same thing, a destination, and so this one will be like the shelf. The final product will, the cooked meth will go here or something. And so that's how that's going to work. So now the issue he has here is you're going to need to load up the chemistry station. Now, he will not load up the station. Same thing for a mixing, right? So I have him on set to this mixing one, and the mixing one has a destination and all that, but he's not going to go get the ingredients. In order to do that, you're going to have to use a handler. And so the handler has all these routes. So I only have one available on these, but it's enough to show you. So with the handlers, you can go to them and you have these routes, and you can add them. And then you can pick where is it going from and where is he taking it to. So I can go, okay. Oh, geez. Let's just tell him, give me a minute here. We'll say from somewhere and say this is where our ingredients are, right? So take them from here to the chemistry bench, for example. So then during the day, that handler will, whenever possible, go here, grab ingredients, and put them on the chemistry bench. You would do the same thing with a handler from a storage shelf to a mixing station, for example. And that's how you would load up your bud or your meth or your Viagra or whatever it is that you're mixing. That's how you would load that up for him. Otherwise, if you don't want to have a handler, you can just manually grab these ingredients and manually throw them in here, and he'll come over here during the day, and when there's stuff to do, he'll come in here and do stuff. Now, they work basically 24/7, but they do not work after 4 a.m. So if you get to that point in the game right now where it's 4 a.m. and time just pauses, they don't work during this time, but during the day he'll start working. And then that's pretty much it. So yeah, he'll just go to mixing station, he'll start it, and when the ingredients are done, he'll come to the mixing station, take those ingredients, and take them to whatever the destination is. Without a handler doing that part at all. And everything else is going to have to be done with your other employees or manually by you. But that's the roles of the chemist. The cauldron is going to be the exact same concept. You have to have handlers put the gasoline and the Coke leaves into the cauldron, and then he'll come by and he'll start it up. And when it's done, he'll take the ingredients and he'll go put them wherever your destination is in here. Okay. I think that's everything. And then other than that, you just gotta pay him, and you're good to go. He can have 4 stations at a time. Now, it used to be 3, so that's also subject to change. And if you want to get employees, you're going to have to go to this little area right here, the warehouse. I know it's hard to see because it's nighttime, but, you know, you're in this spread right here where there's the taco ticklers and the pawn shop and all this. And you just go down here to this giant wall warehouse thing. And if you can't get in here, then you can only get in here after 6 p.m. and you can only get in here after a certain level. Like you level up to, I forget what level it was, but you get in here. And then over here on the left, up these stairs, there's going to be this guy. This is where you hire employees. You probably already know that. And you'll talk to him and say, I want to hire an employee. You want a chemist. You'll tell him where you want him to go. You can have up to 5 at the bungalow, 10 at the barnyard, 10 at the docks, okay? And that about covers it. I hopefully helped you out, guys. That's everything I think that you need to know. I can't think of anything else, so hopefully now you have a better idea of how to use the chemist in Schedule 1.